one. Okay.
Hi, YouTube. You're gonna get clips, just clips, okay? You have to wait for the whole episode.
Oh, clips.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to introduce yourselves to our listeners? Let them know who you are and your socials.
Sure. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle Simone Brand, and I'm the author of Lead Mom, the Kind of Curious Woman's Guide to Healthier Relaxation, Happier Parenting, and Chilling the F Out. And
I love the name.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. So, I mean, my background, just very briefly, is I was a yoga teacher for years. I went to graduate school and did some academic work for a while, and then I kind of ditched all that and did yoga for a while because it was more fun for me. And then I kind of made my way back into the writing sphere through freelance writing, and I found myself writing about health and wellness because I was really familiar with those topics through yoga, and then parenting because my kids were little at the time that I was getting started as a freelancer. They were like, 2 and 5 or 3 and like something like that.
Yeah.
So, parenting was a very natural thing for me to write about too. And then eventually that health and wellness stuff turned into writing about cannabis. And I went from being a skeptic and really not understanding it and not appreciating it very much to like actually legit falling in love with it. So,
And
so I wrote the book.
what is your necklace?
Oh, so this is CBD actually. I have a THC one as well, but my friend Bianca, High Society Mama, sells these.
Oh, yes. I follow her on Instagram as well. Yeah.
Yeah. We just had a chance to meet up for the first time in real life at the Women in Cannabis Expo in Reno.
So cool.
Oh, fun. I want to go out there. Out west, mainly.
It was great. Lots of women in cannabis, lots of lots of smoking. Definitely. And I learned so much. It's always great to network with people in your industry, but these women brought like a lot of information, a lot of really interesting work they're doing out in their communities. So yeah, it was a blast.
That's awesome. So how did you get into cannabis? Since you did say you went from knowing nothing about it to now you're wearing CBD and THC necklaces. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a research book because my background was in journalism, and so I still do freelance writing. So I interviewed scientists and policymakers and people in the health and wellness field, and tons of people in the cannabis industry. And then I also interviewed lots of moms, lots of cannabis, loving moms from all different parts of the country. Got in Facebook groups to meet people from East Coast and Midwest and South and West Coast where I was operating and all in between to really just get a sense of how moms were consuming. And I found that a lot of moms are, first of all, as a lot of moms are consuming. A lot of them are in the closet still because of the stigma or just
laws,
plain old prohibition.
Scared.
Yeah.
DCF.
And that's that. What's that?
That a lot of people have a fear of DCF coming in because they try to tell you that if you use cannabis while you're pregnant and you test positive after you give birth or something that they could.
Yeah, CPS will take away your children in some states if you have cannabis in your system. Even if you're not pregnant, even if your children are living outside of you, they still are oh, you test for cannabis, you are a terrible person. So now you get your kids taken away for 30 days and your life gets ruined, basically, and your kids are traumatized. But if you're getting drunk, it's not a big deal. It's okay. It's totally fine.
Yeah, and so many moms that I spoke to said the same thing, and I find the same thing for myself, that I am a better parent in my life for so many reasons. List 10 of them. But actually, to get back to your question just a moment ago, so the book is research, but I also tell my own story. So I try to weave in
Oh,
that
good.
personal experience
Like,
to make it, you know, more fun and accessible, and you know, just also to let people know, like, hey, I've been through a journey with this too. It's not like you know, I came out of the womb thinking cannabis was great.
right.
So, but yeah, like, yes, cannabis helps me be a better parent because I sleep better, so I'm not like, sleep deprived and a mom bee all the time. I mean, we all are sometimes. um, and I have less pain because I deal with migraines, and cannabis absolutely helps me there. Different cannabinoids, and then of course, like mood and just creativity and having fun. Whenever it's a low, like chill situation, we're at home, and you know everybody's safe or whatever, and I just want to like connect and do art or have a good conversation. My kids are 8 and 11 now, so they're, you know, they're a great age for good conversations if I'm like tuned in to them, you know. And I have to like be ready when they're ready to talk, because like,
Yeah.
especially 11-year-old son, because there are moments when I'm like, so what'd you do at school? What? Tell me about your friends. Tell me about this. And he's like, nah, don't want to talk. But then, like in the moment that he really feels like chatting, if I like catch him in that moment and I've, you know, microdosed or moderate dosed and I'm chill, it's just so much better.
Yeah, my 11-year-old is a savage. She does not care. She will straight up tell me, like, I don't want to talk to you right now. I just got out of school. Leave me alone. I'm going to go chill in the bedroom for a little bit. And I'm honestly like, yeah, I get it. Like, I need to decompress too after dealing with like a lot of people. But then also, I need to remember to like, if I haven't been using anything, sometimes my immediate reaction is to be like triggered and to think that like, oh, this is disrespect, or I need to like yell at her for expressing herself. So that again, like cannabis really does help me be a better mom, even if it is just like CBD or something like you said, microdosing, like taking just like 10 milligrams of a little bit of, you know, whatever edible you have, like yeah, no, it does help. I can respond in a more healthy manner also because my brain is in a different, it's in a healthier spot. I mean, but yeah, I come from a lot of like trauma and stuff, so for me it was like you either go on a lot of pharmaceuticals or you do this. So yeah, I would rather do this because like you said, being a mommy, but I've been a zombie with children after I was on a bunch of like medications. So I can't really be on a bunch of medications and
I know it's tough out there on social media for cannabis focused accounts or cannabis friendly accounts right now. That is for sure. But yes, we have to keep talking about it. That's the only way I think that things change in the mainstream, is if we just keep raising our hands saying the same things. Like, you know, we love cannabis, we benefit from cannabis, you know, either it's medical or it's wellness use of some kind, or maybe it's just fun and relaxation in a way that doesn't harm your body like alcohol does. And that's okay too. Like, it's totally okay, in my opinion, to, you know, change your mood and change your consciousness in an intentional way. And cannabis does help us do that. You know, it's not like it makes you a different person or like changes your personality in any way. It just like helps us, you know, come back to homeostasis. That's what it's all about. It helps our physiological system come to balance so we can actually just be ourselves. Like, why wouldn't we want that? You know, like, yes, I know. If you get me started on prohibition and how it happened and all that, I'm just gonna keep blabbing.
oh my gosh,
It's
yeah,
really,
same. And I don't even like to use the word, we have a medical marijuana program, and I don't even like to use the word marijuana. And it has like very racist, deep roots. And I hate that we even have to say that. So I try to say any other word. Like I will call it green leafy stuff before I hate that we have to say that. I just call it,
Cannabis.
yeah, MMJ program.
MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the book, I do go into some of that history of prohibition, just like in a brief way, but because I think it's important for people who are appreciating cannabis or coming to appreciate cannabis now to understand, like, there's this really messed up history when it comes to, how it was prohibited and why, and the way that it was, targeting, people of color basically. And, plenty of white people went to jail too, but like disproportionately, absolutely, the harms were really great on people of color. And, and today, like legalization is an important justice issue. It's like, it's a social justice issue. So, like when we're enjoying cannabis and celebrating the culture and stuff, I still want to just like make sure new people know, like, not you, but new people know, like, there's a history here that's important and we should understand.
I completely agree. I try to always remember there are a lot of people sitting in jail right now while I am freely talking about and freely using cannabis. And to say that like someone's not allowed to grow it, or that 2 plants are too much, or 5 plants are too much, and all of the restrictions and everything that go along with who they target, yeah, that's definitely something yeah, I try to keep in mind, and I talk openly about on my Instagram and like share. And it's even Indigenous Day, and or I was gonna call it Christopher Columbus Day, but I didn't know if that would be offensive. So
Oh well.
yeah.
Oh well.
I know. So I would like to know if someone, like, who would be the best person to read your book?
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Like there's just so much like hype about the dangers, of cannabis. And obviously, as a parent, we have to keep our kids safe. We have to make sure they don't get into edibles, like that kind of stuff. There are definitely, ways to have it in your home responsibly. But like if we trust parents to be able to do that with other things like alcohol, like prescription drugs, then, cannabis is not, it's certainly not more dangerous than any of those things. It's way less dangerous. You can't die from over consuming cannabis, even though you could feel like crap for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the public still needs this education.
I agree. And thank you for like writing about it and sharing all of that information. I'm sure that was there's a lot that goes into researching things, and I'm sure you spent a lot of time making sure that it was perfectly curated and good for someone who was kind of curious.
I did. And then, but also I should say that even people who have been smoking for a long time are like, oh, I learned stuff from your book. I learned like a little more about the science, or I learned a little bit more about the history, or I came up with some good, strategies for talking to my kids and stuff. So yeah, I did try. I definitely put a lot of work into it. Thank you for for acknowledging that, because yeah, writing a book is a process. That's for sure. And I am a writer. I enjoy it, but also like I had to like dive in, just focus on that, be really, really intense about it for a while, to be able to get it out into the world.
That's awesome, because we really don't have a lot of like weed mom books or magazines or shows. Like we literally have one show, maybe a couple books. Like we are not represented, but wine moms, they're sure
All over the
represented. Yeah. And like I don't drink. I don't identify with that. And I don't know. I'm just very thankful that you were able to come on, and I definitely would love to have you back and, do another however long you have, 30 minutes or an hour, whatever. I'll take whatever. But I would definitely love to talk with you again, and I want to help you spread the word about your book and like help you get the word out. I'm definitely here for it and what you represent in this space. So thank you.
Sounds good. Definitely hit me up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you for bearing with all the technical issues, and thanks for sticking around.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
How do I end it?
Nope, don't. Because we want to record our outro.
Outro. Oh, we have to end the call.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
goodbye.
We did that.
That was funny. 33 minutes. There's what?
So there's a person at my home.
Why?
My ring.
Oh.
I have those doorbells.
Who's at your home? Oh.
Oh
wait,
we're still here. We're still recording.
Okay, so if you love that, stay tuned. On Tuesdays, we release the whole episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram
at the Green Hangout.
The edibles have happened.
New episodes every
Tuesday. I already said that.
Ooh, maybe my stuff's kicking in. Thanks. Okay, bye.